Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
New at 6 tonight, a Fargo man is calling out a petition drive aimed at bringing winter activities back for schools athletes. He describes himself as a jock, but after COVID-19 took his father's life, he doesn't want any other family to have to lose a loved one like he did. Valley News Team's Callie Hubbard has our story.
Now he is not here. I wasn't able to give him a hug. I couldn't say goodbye. And he died alone. And that will be hard for me for a long time.
Mark Winkleman says his father, Norman E. Winkleman, was a United Methodist minister for most of his life. Even in retirement, the Reverend preached for a decade in a Lutheran church.
My dad has been a mentor to thousands of people. He has been a shoulder to lean on for thousands of people.
On Halloween, his dad tested positive for COVID-19. 6 days later, he passed away from the virus.
The only way he could have gotten coronavirus is by somebody not being careful outside of the facility and bringing it into the facility.
Winkleman isn't blaming anyone, but he wants people to be aware of the consequences of their actions, especially as case numbers continue to dramatically explode.
A month ago, I was in the same boat a lot of these people are. I didn't know anybody who had COVID. I was a high school athlete myself. I played football at NDSU. I understand the importance of sports.
Adding it's not worth risking a child or family member's health for a game.
I would like to see no other families in the state of North Dakota, Minnesota, anywhere in this country have to go through what we have gone through.
No funeral, no hug, no last goodbye to his father.
Please, people, just think of the ramifications of what you're doing. There are things that are more hard for me to say this. I'm a jock myself, but there are things more important than life than sports. And we just have to remember that and do what's best for everybody.
In Fargo, Callie Hubbard, Valley News Live.
When Winkleman's father tested positive on Halloween, there were just over 7,000 active cases of COVID-19 in the state. Today, that number has surpassed 10,000. Our forecast shows some promise, some warmer temperatures likely in the future. That's good, but there's more to it than that. Let's find out from Hutch on what we should be expecting tonight. Hutch?
Mike, we have temperatures that are in the teens, cool in northern Minnesota, and it's warmer in south central North Dakota with temperatures closer to 40 degrees or better in those locations. A warm front is on the doorstep, and I think many of us will actually see overnight warming. A few clouds out there, particularly to the west now as we head into the evening hours. Look at the snow on the ground in Devil's Lake after a gray day there. Temperatures in Fargo-Moorhead late tonight will be in the upper 20s. That's going to be the low. And then as we get into the 10 to midnight hour, things start warming up as we head towards daybreak. That's right, a warmer Wednesday is in store. I'll have details on how warm you can expect it to get, and we'll look ahead at our next chance of flaky weather, Mike, here in just a couple of moments.
Let me just put my 2 cents in. The warmer, the better.
Warmer the better. We'll see what we can do.
All right, thanks. With more pharmaceutical companies announcing successes with vaccine testing, North Dakota's mapping out what to do whenever they become available. The state has been working on a distribution plan with more groups finding themselves climbing the priority list. And that has some in the healthcare community concerned. According to the latest drafts, Tier 1 includes unvaccinated long-term care residents and family members living with healthcare workers. Tier 2 includes first responders and pharmacists. This also includes teachers and grocery store workers going into Tier 2, which has caused those age 65 and up and those who are at high risk for adverse COVID-19 outcomes, they're in Tier 3. Keep in mind that timelines and vaccine rollouts are still fluid, and the list could change by the time the vaccines become readily available.
As we receive vaccine, we will push it out. And if folks have not been vaccinated or not getting vaccinated fast enough to consume the vaccine, then I think we will move on down the list and pick up others who are going to get vaccinated quickly.
As I mentioned, the list isn't official yet. The state's Vaccination Ethics Committee will be working on it again next week and could vote on it by then. Moorhead police are asking you to keep an eye out for this man. He's 28-year-old Marwan Salman Assad. He was last seen last Thursday. Assad is from Kurdistan and speaks very little English. He was wearing a gray winter jacket and black pants. He was known to be driving a black Hyundai Elantra with Minnesota license plate DNS366. If you have any information on his whereabouts, call dispatch. The phone number is on your screen there at the bottom, 701-451-7660. A man's in jail tonight accused of stealing a vehicle and leading deputies on a chase. Authorities say they tried stopping a van driven by Hamid Zuri. The van was reported stolen from Christine, North Dakota. A chase ensued and later ended along I-29 south of Fargo. A Grand Forks man's facing several charges after officers say he assaulted them and lit himself on fire. Ernest Lee Jr. is facing several charges, including assault of a police officer, attempting to assault several officers, and endangerment by fire. UND police say that they were called to 3904 University Avenue on October 3rd for a possible domestic violence incident. Well, when they got inside, they say Lee Jr. was naked and combative. They also say that Lee threw himself into a fire that was burning on the stove. He was taken to a local burn unit. A Fargo man's behind bars accused of watching porn and touching himself at a local popular downtown diner. Fargo police were called to the Frying Pan early Sunday morning, where they say 41-year-old Mark Siles was reportedly watching porn while touching himself in a booth. An officer says he confronted him, then caught up with Stiles again later at another restaurant doing the same thing. Stiles has been charged with indecent exposure. A Cass County man is admitted to killing a man outside a Horace bar. Jordan Pendleton pleaded guilty to felony manslaughter and aggravated assault, as well as simple assault. 31-year-old Marlon Klatt died from his injuries after the assault at Big Irv's bar on June 28th. Authorities say Pendleton punched Klatt in the face and he hit his head on the sidewalk. Two other men who tried to intervene said Pendleton attacked them as well. He's going to be sentenced at a later date. 26 domestic violence and abuse suspects are now in jail following a month-long investigation. It's called Operation Sanctuary. It was conducted in mid-October throughout the state of North Dakota, focusing on Cass and Burleigh counties, but also including Clay County. The High Plains Fugitive Task Force was looking into suspects with arrest warrants for crimes such as child neglect, aggravated domestic assault, and other related offenses. 52 other people were arrested for offenses ranging from the sale of heroin to attempted murder. Later on Valley News Live at 6, get ready for a campaign fueled by Midwest governors to get your mask up.
And a chilly start to our Tuesday morning single-digit readings here in Fargo and Grand Forks, among other locations. Warm air trying to punch in from the west. You hit 40 today in Jamestown. Your hour-by-hour forecast is coming up next. After we've closed off a good one today, it looks even warmer tomorrow. Details are straight ahead.